will. That's a tight riff right there. That little
draw everything out. Some compression.
Good. Things happen. I need to figure out how to. We got to get a banner up.
What's he got to say?
MNTRGRP.com. Mentor Group.
.com. Okay, hang on. And there we go. Yeah, wait. There we go.
There we go. Throw some WWs on it.
Oh, throw some WWs? I can throw some WWs.
GoDaddy likes it that way.
All right, and then I can even set it up to do this, and then that, and then boom. It looks even fancier.
I like it.
It moves, catches the eye.
That's where everything is. I got the Rucker app ready to go.
Nice.
So the guys that signed up for rucking, that's where they're going to be getting their invite to. So
awesome.
All the perks that happen there. I've been working with a number of people and working with getting their own mighty networks going, and it's a little bit of an art form that I'm discovering, because as awesome as Mighty is, it's still a little because you can do anything with it. It's amazing, and because you can do anything with it, it's overwhelming. So it just takes some logic, and that's where my
better than the other options, though.
My architect brain kicks in, makes it pretty easy for those types. So I've been, because people have been asking questions, it's been forcing me to dig into it and look around. It spits out a ton of data on the individuals and their spaces, and we know them as teams or their channels. The insights is really, really valuable, and just it used to be kind of cumbersome digging around looking for it, and now it's like, boom, boom, boom. You just know where everything's at. So it's gonna be cool seeing how the rucking stuff gets plugged into it, and just having some demos for those kind of things, showing the other groups how they work. But man, how you been?
Man, it's been like a while since we talked. I've been good. I've just been here at the house, man. I'm trying to think of like the most notable thing I think I've done is I started an eBay reselling business to feed my camera habit.
All right.
That's like we go to these I don't know if you've ever heard of them. We go to these Amazon bin stores, because Amazon makes so much money that it's not worth it for them to actually like look at the return and resell it. So they just throw everything in a pallet, essentially, like gigantic 10-foot by like 7-foot tall by probably 10-foot wide cardboard boxes, and they just like throw all their returns in there. And then these industrious individuals then buy these large things, have them brought in by truck, and then they just dump them into bins in the middle of the store, and it's just as chaotic as you would assume it to be, because they start selling these things at like $10 an item, and then the next day it's like $8, and the next day $6, then $4, then $2, and then there's like $1 day to clear it all out, and then they shut down on Thursday, reopen on Friday, start the cycle all over again. It's pretty violent, and you got to be really really careful in picking up things, because some of them are like broken returns, but most of them aren't. But man, like if you are a dude down on his luck and you've got like $40 and you have a bin store near you, you can easily turn that $40, if you're smart, into $500 in a week. I found parts in this thing, like actual Tesla charging like couplers to couple to other systems, bought it for $2, put it up on eBay for $125, and it sold in a day. I'm telling you, future. This is how I fund my camera addiction now. And I already bought a new camera. Like, so, but I'm telling you, man, if you're down on your luck and you need fast money and you have an eBay account, there you go. Go to a bin store and
there's 1,000 jokes in there, but I get it.
Yeah, that's the most notable thing that I have done in the last month. How about you?
Where do you find these the stores at, or I mean, where the surplus is at?
I'll tell you how I found it. I was driving to Goldsboro, which is the biggest town near me, and in the kind of at the halfway point, there's this half shut down shopping center, and then one day I'm driving by, and the shopping center is glowing yellow. I'm like, that's weird, and so I look over, and what I see is the front of a building that says Treasure Hunt, and to me, it looks like what would happen if a vape shop was allowed to design itself. Because it's just all flashing lights and tackiness.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I'm never gonna go there. And then sure enough, the lights like a moth drew me in. But then I started looking, and these are a thing. Like if you just type in Amazon bin stores or bin stores near me, these are a thing. And people, this is where a lot of eBay sellers are getting
bin store, BIN.
BIN. And I'm telling you, man, it's a quitting that. You do kind of have to be you do kind of have to be American pickers about it. Like you got to know what you're looking for. You got to know what's going to sell, what's not going to sell, and how to tell if things are broken. But yeah, it's really helping the Stag and Quill side of the business get new tools, which is really the goal here.
Bins galore.
Yeah. There you go. You got one near you. Hit it up.
Really?
Yeah, go in there with $40, man. $40 in a good eye will have you a couple hundred, in a week or two, at least. And the best part is, if you're not strapped for cash and time, you can just keep playing with your money and going back and buying more stuff until. One of the things I found in there was a DJI drone that I ended up selling.
Okay.
No, they get good stuff in there.
Interesting.
You just gotta be, and you gotta be willing to throw wheel bearings at people too. If it gets out of hand, because some people go in there and they start throwing stuff at you. One person threw her disabled mother in my way, which the first time that's happened to me. I was walking to the bin and she was pushing her mother, and then she kind of just let go of her mother and let her mother careen into the front of the bin to stop me. Because who in their right mind is going to cut off a disabled person, but who in their right mind is also going to use one as a weapon? But that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, you get dudes like that or chicks like that, and then you get dudes that just throw stuff at you. You're looking and they just throw what they don't want on top of you, so you just throw things back, and it's lawless like that. But also makes money, so it's two of my favorite things.
So, was she in a wheelchair?
The mother, yeah. The mother was in a wheelchair, and I was walking
over. So the able one just did a shove.
The handler just kind of did the let go, and then there's mom uncontrolled, careening in front of me, I'm cut off. It came out of nowhere, and then the woman's glaring at me as she walks over. I'm I kind of wish I had a disabled person now. Can you rent one? I don't know, but effective tool to keep people away from things, I guess. But yeah, man, that's my advice to our listeners or watchers. You go for it, man. That's the quickest way to do it.
That's awesome. I'm going to look into this.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no lie. We have turned probably $33 that we started with. We're having $1,000 weeks.
Okay.
And it's all going into cameras and stuff to make, Stag and Quill better. But
that's super cool. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go and check this out.
Yeah,
I've got 2 in the area.
Yeah, check them out, dude. Because usually by tomorrow, things are going to be going down to $3 or $4.
So what's the what's the sweetest time to show up?
Well, see, I don't know for all of them. I know with the one that I go to the most, the best time
What
is
makes for a sweet time? What is it?
Friday
Just
morning.
so this bin store is. Help me understand what's happening here. Amazon's dropping off, or
No, Amazon's not. So there's like I said earlier, they Amazon like doesn't take the time to go through anything that's returned. They basically just throw it in this thing and then
got it?
sell the
Okay,
pallet off. So these guys are buying the pallets and then they just take them into their room and they start throwing them out for people to buy. It's a pretty good business plan, honestly, because they're buying pallets for like $500, and they're selling the items starting at $10 a piece. And my wife went once on a Friday morning, and she said that Friday morning at 9, when they open the doors, there's like Roombas and like Ninja air fryers in there, like all stacked up on pallets. And people just like load 15, 20 of them in their cart and just take them immediately to eBay. But the one near my house that I go to, they restock all through the day. So, I mean, there's not like really a magic time. It's all luck of the draw.
okay. I'm going to check this out.
Yeah,
But,
go for it.
I'm thinking with my boys, just getting them going. Let's go find something that's worth $1 and
Dude,
get them learning how to flip a dollar.
I think you would do extremely well in it because you're a nerd like me. And like I got in there and I found a sealed copy of the Silmarillion, the hardback edition, on Dollar Day.
The what?
The Silmarillion, the Tolkien book.
I have no idea what that.
Well, I overestimated.
I've seen Lord of the Rings. I've never read.
So it's another book he wrote, and it was in there on like Dollar Day, and it's a $60 hardcover, and it was still in cellophane. So yeah,
boom. Okay.
Stuff like that, dude. Books are great because you can mail them media mail. Like
so are you making an offer to these people?
I put it up on eBay.
Or are they taking the time to put a price tag on it?
Oh no, there's no price. The only thing that's priced out, like they get MacBooks and stuff, and those go like behind a counter, and those are priced out at like retail.
Okay.
Everything in the bin though, like you just walk up to the counter and they count how many things you have, and they just charge you that times whatever the dollar amount for that day is. And dude, the best part is like if you get a lazy cashier, like I had one look in my cart and she was like, "Yeah, that looks like 7." It's like, all right, cool. I guess it's 7. Yeah, man, go for it. Though. I'm curious to see what you pick up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm intrigued as to what we can come up with here, because I'm Googling around just to see other things that are for sale near me too, and I have to imagine these guys are picking things up the same way. So cool. What's your new strategy now? You getting things active with your new ventures? Anything happening with the fresh line?
Yeah, I'm actually doing I'm having a hell of a time with it. I'm designing logos right now as we speak for it, and
okay,
getting in my own way because I'm like, that's not good. And then I like delete the whole file. I'm like, that's not good enough. The whole file's gone. And I only get like that when the job's like really important to me, and that's why I try not to usually work for friends. But yeah, actually, I don't think I talked to Jordan this week. I need to probably give him a call, but it's coming along. It's coming along. Not as fast as I want it to, because I want to be done with it, because I don't want people to be like, oh my god, because like I gave him the drafts and he was fine with them, but now that I'm like designing finals, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not working. Just in my own head about it. But if I just sit down tomorrow and knock it out, we had some other design clients that kind of, I don't want to say got in the way, but they were paying, so they got a little more priority. So, but yeah, man, things are rolling there. He's targeting like a Q2 release here and kind of beta testing it among the group. I haven't talked to anybody actually in the group yet, so I don't have a lot of insight there, but yeah, it's moving.
I'm anxious to see things. I see some activity happen on the network, but nothing concrete yet. So I'm anxious to dig into it as well.
I haven't actually checked on the network in a while. I just made myself a note to do that. so I can. Okay, cool. Thanks for the reminder.
Real good.
Yeah, man.
What do you think the leadership desire amongst these guys, if any, or do they even know that just effective leadership is even a thing?
I don't necessarily know that I've put a lot of thought into the leadership style as much as I'd put into the stated objectives, right?
Okay.
And kind of like leadership's gonna have to come out of that. Like you're gonna have to have strong leaders for what they want to do, which is helping men develop and cope and all this. So there's gonna have to be a solid leadership function there. But to tell you the truth, like I had spent so much time with Ryan and his organization that just, I don't want to say I took it for granted, but I was just like, well, yeah, naturally we're going to have strong leaders. Like you have to. So I don't know that I've actually even thought about it.
I found the simplest thing in using a platform like Mighty and watching the guys elevate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the simplest thing to lead from is just looking at how their own position rises. The insights that are given. You can when you're going to, you can go in and see all the members, the whole list of all the members that are in a space,
mm-hmm.
and you could sort them by top, and it'll show the most active to the least active.
Yeah.
And for a guy to go, he goes, "Hey, I want to grow." It's like, okay, grow to what? It's like, well, it's like, start leading yourself from the pit that you're in, and just get active and engaged. That will grow you, and we can show it numerically.
Yeah.
And so what I like to do is go take those, take that list and scroll all the way to the bottom and go find the guy that wants to be mentored,
mm-hmm.
and go, okay, you're right here. There's 60 guys in this network. You're 58. Let's move the needle to make you 57 in the next 30, 60, 90 days.
Yeah. No, exactly.
And they're like, well, it can't be that simple. It's really that simple. Let's get active and let's watch yourself grow from 58 to 57.
Nice.
We'll come back in a week later and see where you're at. Like, yeah. Okay, cool. And so he goes and gets to work, and you come back a week later and only to find out that he's now 48. And now he's like, dude,
that was easy.
Yeah. It was like, okay, next week, let's move 48 to 47. But then you come back a week later and he's 38, and all he had to do is just get involved and get active on some conversations and see himself elevate.
Nice.
Is it the perfect recipe for him to be great? Absolutely not. But will he be better? Absolutely. Just because he got engaged.
Yeah. No, exactly. I like that. It's funny how, and even myself, for the longest time would watch success or watch people have what I want, and I was like, oh, that's got to be really hard. Like, just not even really want to try. Like, well, they got something I didn't, or they understand something I don't, or it's because their parents raised them to be that way, or they had a better teacher. And it's like, no, it really, like, just like you said, taking that first step and just consistent steps will get you where you want to be. It's like people really, like, when you drill down into it, nobody really has a secret weapon for success. Like, all the successful people share one thing, and that's just they never stop moving. They do repeatable things constantly. Doesn't matter how successful they are. It's the same principle across all of it. My kids are killing themselves in the living room. I don't know if you can hear it.
No. Did you get that mic set up?
It's having a problem.
So sounds great.
Oh, well, this is through the Mac, so thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the microphones, I don't know, something in there is broken. It took a tumble and something in there's not right. So
Yeah. No, that sounds really good. I was trying to think. We can't share a screen on here, can we?
yeah, you can. Down at the bottom where it says plus present, if you click that, it'll share your screen.
I can show slides. I could share a screen. Okay. It's easiest with 2 monitors, but I got a big monitor, so it's cool.
Nice.
Share screen works best on a good computer. I have a good computer. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see. Let's share some screen. Entire screen? No, I'm going to share a Chrome tab. Okay.
She being technical.
Let's see. Let's see if we can do Enter. Network settings, members. Oh yeah.
I can't see it if you're meaning to
Nope.
share. Okay.
I'm about to share now that this is up. So it's going to show you, and others will dig in and appreciate
Nice.
what I'm digging in here. So all the key players, basically your moderators on Mighty Networks, are going to be able to do this regardless of. They need to have a pro account.
Okay.
StreamYard. I want the settings. Yeah. Share. All right. Should be seeing that, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. So the way you get there, so here's our mentor group. It's a real account, but this is where I create a lot of things so I can put them out to my other groups. So these guys are all kind of my crash test dummies, and
they agreed to be.
They agreed to be. They support it really well, though, so I appreciate them. Network settings, moderators should be able to see this.
Okay.
And then in those settings, they should be able to see Mighty Insights analytics. Now, this is really, really rad here. Space features.
Space is cool.
Spaces are really, really sweet. Last 28 days while it's populating. Members in this upper point right here. Down in the bottom. Nope, there's more guys to this. All spaces. Okay, I need to get these guys into the spaces. Home. Refresh. Same way. Anyway. When you hit that bottom section, you see your guys that you're working with.
I actually can't. I can only. It's stuck for me on the Mighty Insights Analytics. I don't know if maybe it's off to the side of your screen or something.
Oh, you know what? Share this. Stop sharing. Share this tab instead.
No,
How about now?
Now I can.
There we go. Okay. Grabbing the members here. We can go to this other one here too, just the same way. You'll see it. Boom. Network settings. Yeah. All right. Space features, members.
It's loading.
It is.
There we go.
All right. Now
Oh,
this
look
is
at
really
that.
this is really rad right here because now I'm going to go download the data. We'll just say it's Excel sheet.
Mhm.
Open in a browser. It's the fastest way. Nope, we don't want to do it that way. Let's go. Download data. Oh, HTML. There we go.
There we go.
Now, open in a browser. Share this instead. Now you see, and it only shows you 500.
Okay.
You could have a couple thousand in here, but here's 500, right? And now, when you want to go find somebody just to find out where they're at, let's take this team right here. I just type in the team name, and you can see that that's a team of 10 guys. But it's only showing 3 of them, so they're an inactive team, in my
Probably
opinion.
on your other monitor because it looks like I'm only seeing the screen now. I can't see the drill down you just did.
Okay. You can start to see. I just typed in a team name. You can start to see where they're at. There's only 3 guys that are showing up out of 500.
Yeah.
But being able to pull that view up in just like an instant and not have to download the page is pretty handy. Or coming over to
None of the names I saw on the top spaces were a shock, though. Like
no, but it's but when you're wanting to find out are the guys even active?
Yeah.
And not having to drill down for 2,000 members to find out are they even showing up. Those insights are already there, and you just look at it on HTML, and with just a little bit of a query, you can see so much.
That was good.
You can do the same thing with a space or the team names,
Mhm.
and sort them out and see what kind of activity they're having. So
Sweet.
I need to put that in a course. I wonder if anybody'd show up for it.
I mean, people would pay for it, I'm sure.
I think so.
I mean, not me, but somebody would.
Well, but to build out your network, that why not?
Yeah, man. That worked good.
I think it works better in a CRM. It's
Oh yeah,
cheaper
I have no desire for analytics or numbers. Like this is my current accounting. It's just a pile of receipts. Like I don't have a brain. Like I put everything here, and then my accountant takes care of it. And my accountant's my wife.
Yeah,
she's the one that also like. It fascinates me when people can get involved in numbers, but numbers just don't. They don't click with me. I dropped out of high school over math, man. Like be 100% honest.
you need to watch. Oh my gosh, Theo Vaughn.
Okay.
Look up on YouTube Theo Vaughn with what's his name? Neil deGrasse.
Okay, yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah. Total. You've got Theo Vaughn, complete mullet.
And just so I don't forget it when we're done.
With an astrophysicist. Oh my gosh, astrophysicist. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't even speak. With the two of them having a conversation, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Okay. And now I know. Now I recognize Theo Vaughn from the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I recognize the guy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. There's a 2-hour long version of it too.
I just finished listening to it.
Check that out.
It was really good.
Appropriately for Theo there.
Do what?
The one he did with Neil deGrasse Tyson was number 420, which is just appropriate for Theo Vaughn.
Completely. So. There was no smoking on that episode.
That's weird. Okay.
Cool.
Nice. I'm gonna check it out.
How's the rest of the business going?
It's going good. So, got I got a lesson, and then
Can I tell you to keep talking while I hear you in my headphones?
Yeah. So like I got a client. Like the way that I got it was so weird because I actually took my Challenger to the dealership a couple weeks ago and sold it to buy my wife a van. So like lost my man card there. But we're sitting there and we're in the office with the post finance people, and they're setting up the gap insurance and all this. And the woman asks what I do, and I tell her what my real job is, but then what I'm starting on the side here. And she got really excited, and turned out that she was actually starting an outdoor brand of fishing wear. So, excuse me. So, through talking with her and all that, like I actually ended up booking her as a client, like right there in the office, in her office, which is pretty awesome. And it's starting to occur to me that, I can do all the marketing I want behind a screen here, but getting out and actually like talking to in the conversations I've had like I've been shocked at how many people are like, yeah, I need branding for my business. Can you do that? I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I do. I'd love to get some more jobs with the camera, especially the drone, because like I want to get the drone in the air and play with that. But the design side of it's going really well. The eBay bin sales are actually funding equipment for it. So I think I'm on track to have my goal of not working for a big company by next year this time. So I think we're tracking. Your mic's muted.
What's the hardest thing
that I've encountered? There's not one hardest thing. I have spent a lot of times looking at my monitor, just going, well, guess I'll go fuck myself then, because like talking to a guy and then he just disappears off the face of the earth, or like you quote a price and it's just that's the hardest thing is the self-doubt that comes with that too, because it's like you're charging the industry standards, and for whatever reason people just run away, or my other favorite is there are some people in the area that I think the only way I could sell them a package would be like, hey, so if I came over to my or your house, gave you my camera and let you run everything, and then paid you $75, would you take the job then? Because like they're not. That's the biggest thing. Is recovering from that and then going out to do it again, because I've been ghosted a lot, especially when it comes to price. Like, how much you charge for? One guy wanted a real estate photography and drone video, and he wanted to pay me $25 a site. And I was like, no, I don't even turn it on for that. He was like, well, no, that's why you're not doing good. I was like, well, I never told you how I was doing. But I can tell you $25 per site is not even going to cover my gas. So, that it's the overcoming that, but it's worth it at the end when you end up booking the one person that will pay you. It's fine.
How many bookings or how many cold calls do you need to find one that's going to stick? Have you found that metric?
Yeah. And it tracks with what I was told by Todd Van Fleet when I had a conversation with him. He kind of gave me a little like mentoring kickoff call when I did this, because he's in a similar space. And he was like, you're going to have to make contact with 100 people to get one. And I was like, okay, so that's my number to beat. I'm going to like do it in 20, and I'm going to call Todd, be like, yeah, boom, did it in 20. It was probably closer to 300 actually touches.
Good.
Before I booked some people. And that was, some people were, I'm just saying that like 300 different touches. Like one of the things I did was drop business cards and candy off at businesses down here right after Thanksgiving. And then, starting it near the holidays was a mistake, because people don't want to spend money on branding and stuff when Christmas is coming around, because it's not going under the tree.
Right.
But yeah, there have been 3 solid clients, and I've made about 300 contacts. So yeah, it's about 1 per 100, or
okay,
or such to get a good client. So yeah. Thanks, Todd, for putting that in my head. It really comes down to persistence, man, and it's tough. It's tough. Some days
it does.
You know, some days I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. Nope. You gotta pick it up and do it again though.
Let's collaborate, man.
Yep.
Let me see. With MNT. Yeah, we can kick that up. And get some traction going. What's the best client look like for you besides one that pays?
Yeah, one that pays is always great. I like clients that come to me with like this last girl I worked with, her company. I don't want to give any details out because she hasn't really launched yet. She came to me like my ideal client is one that knows what they want, but knows that they can't do it, but already have kind of an identity there that I can work with. Like when people come to me, they're like, I need my brand is a deer hunting apparel brand. Okay, cool. Who do you want to be like? Well, I don't want to be like anybody. I want to be my own thing. Okay, cool. Have you thought like, and there's no thought behind it. They haven't given, like, my ideal client comes to me and they can tell me, yes, I'm starting this fishing brand. These are the brands that I look to the most when I was thinking about doing it, which in her thing was like Costa and Salt Life. She kind of wanted to fuse those things. She had like a general sketched out logo. She knew what color she wanted to use. She knew how she wanted to present herself. And it was just so easy because I sent her the client questionnaire and she had everything thoroughly answered. And I mean, like her entire brand was the easiest thing to design.
Yeah.
Just because she had put thought into it first. Like a lot of people come to me and they're like, well, you're the brand guy, right? So I want to start a deer brand. So do it. It's like, what do you want to do for deer? Well, hunting apparel. Okay, cool. Like what? Well, I don't know. That's your job. No, because then you're just going to get my brand of deer. It's not going to be great for you. So those are my ideal clients. The other ones on the photo and video side are the ideal client one. Yeah, it'll pay. But the other ideal client is the one that doesn't get hung up on the way that they think things will look. Like when you're trying to pose them or work with them and they're like getting self-conscious, that doesn't really work and it shows. So the ideal clients on that side are ones that are confident. And over the man, I've been doing like the photography stuff for like 12 years. Over the 12 years, the best photography person I ever worked with was a former desperate housewife, just because she had like no shame.
Okay.
And she just, knew how to act naturally in front of the camera, because that's the biggest thing on that side, is getting people that know how to act natural. It doesn't come naturally to people. So there you go. There's my ideal clients.
Do you know Chris Dew?
I don't.
The Chris Dew.
Okay. Is it like D-O or D-E-W?
D-O-T-H-E-C-H-R-I-S-D-O. The Chris Dew.
Oh, there he is. Very simple branding. Oh, Future. Okay.
His podcast has been really helpful for me.
Nice.
And
I knew the Future, but I didn't know who he was.
He's him.
Okay. All right. Pocket Full of Dew. I want to say I've seen that book somewhere.
Oh, he's got a book?
Yeah, it's right here. It's called Pocket Full of Dew. Okay. 1 book, 2 decades of anecdotes, lessons, and wisdom. Learn more. Let's see how much it retails for. Of course, being, the Future brand, it's black on black, very simple. It's a $99 book for the signed copy.
Okay. We don't care about signatures.
For paperback.
Yeah.
Digital is $16. And
there you go. That's right up your alley right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
In that space, how easy would it be to, maybe you look at somebody's, when you're interviewing them and go, okay, well, how many people do you have on Instagram now? And they go, I got 1,000 people. It's like, okay, cool. Let me put a concept together and let me bring you another 1,000.
Yeah. There are guys that do that, and there are guys comfortable in saying that. I'm not one of them, because I will put the content together for you, but I will never make a warranty like, hey, we're going to get you another 1,000 followers out of this. I'll tell you the content works, but the biggest problem that I see is what we were talking about earlier with social media. You know, they get to 1,000 followers, which you can do by accident. You can get to 1,000 followers. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I haven't posted anything on my Instagram in like a month, and I'm still getting 10, 15 followers a day just off what I had. So they get to that point, they want to hire teams, they want to get up, they want to become an influencer. Great. I hand them a package, and this has happened before. Well, I will hand them a 30-day calendar, you know, complete with graphics and all this stuff. And they just don't do anything with it. And then they come back to me and complain. They're like, I didn't get any followers off that. Well, yeah, I didn't see you do anything with it either, though. Or I handed it to you and you did your own, like you said, oh, well, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it this way, you know? So yeah, I'll design it for you, but I'll never make a warranty on how many people you're going to get, just because it relies, it falls back on you and how you're going to use it. So, but yeah, social media is really easy, man, but it just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You just got to do the same things consistently, you know, 3 times a day, and use the right hashtags and pick your niche and don't venture from it. I had built the largest Facebook page I ever had. I built it in like 2 months. It was over 20,000 followers by the time Facebook killed it. So
what was it about?
Beards, Bullets, and Bibles. It was my first brand. It was a political podcast.
Okay.
That started right at the height of the pandemic. And a lot of the things we were saying were things that are now being said as truth. But, you know, when they did the 2020 election scrub, we got nixed. And, but yeah, we had that up over 20,000 followers just because, you know, the key to social media, I'll give it to you right here. It was given to me. Post at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Post consistent content. Always be truthful. Always be honest, and realize that 90% of the people that see your content are going to want to fight with you, but the 10% that follow you are worth it.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be for everybody.
Yeah.
And, you know, people tend to stop or come back and apologize. You know, when enough voices yell, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm going to make an apology video or a post." Like, don't do that. Don't do that. You got, you know, 10% of the people that followed you because you were saying what you said. And now the people that were complaining are never going to come back. And the people that were following you because you had the balls to say it aren't going to come back either. So you end up with a net zero.
Right.
There you go. That's the formula for social media. That's how you make it. The calendars and all that, they're great. But at the end of the day, the way the news cycle runs and the way it's so fast, the calendar, you know, to me doesn't really matter. You know, just stay relevant.
What's the best way to piss somebody off?
Oh man. You know, you can go for the super easy, like just throw the Donald Trump hand grenade into a conversation and just watch it devolve. But if you really want to irritate people, I've seen great success in posting things that you know are wrong and letting people correct you, because then everybody starts correcting everybody else in the comments, and the algorithm's going crazy. Or, and this is something I'm perfecting now. Something that's not a popular opinion but is true within a niche will always start a fight, always start an argument. Like one of the things that I had recently said, and I didn't even mean to start a fight with it, is that the Canon series of mirrorless cameras are actually kicking Sony's ass. And, you know, Sony's held that market for so long that, man, Sony fanboys came at it everywhere. So yeah, if you just post something controversial yet true and get the fanboys arguing, man, like, because all that Facebook really looks at is how many people are liking it, Facebook and Instagram, how many people are liking it, how many people are sharing it, and how many people are commenting on it.
Okay.
People will share things that irritate their friends. Like, it doesn't matter if they're sharing it to make fun of you or if they're sharing it because they agree with it. The shares are kicking the algorithm up. And that's really what you have to do to manipulate it. You have to have people engage. It's not enough just to 30 hashtags and like views, whatever. Engagement's what's actually going to boost you. So if you get people talking about it and sharing it, they show it to more people, which will then get those people talking about it. So yeah, super easy, man. Just be controversial. That's the quickest way to grow.
What have I got to be controversial about?
Everything. I mean, it's true. And in this day and age, you can be like, excuse me, I'm still recovering from that COVID. In this day and age, you can be like, I like apples. And like somebody put this stuff on Instagram. I love apples. Oh, so you're saying that you hate all oranges? Like, that's all it takes to be controversial now. Like seriously, people are so easily offended and triggered, and it can work great for your algorithm if you just use it. Reese is typing now. He's typing something up.
I gotta find. I gotta find something to piss off the world.
I mean, it's not hard. I mean, like being a drummer, all you'd have to, for drummers, the one thing that's kicking off right now, I don't know if you probably have seen it. Everybody is once again trashing Lars Ulrich's Saint Anger snare sound.
And I can see going down that rabbit hole pretty quick, pretty easily.
Getting a lot of attention right now. Like one dude actually played Saint Anger. Instead of a snare, he had a beer keg that he was hitting with an aluminum bat, and it sounded pretty much similar. So yeah, no, I mean, things like that are what get you attention, and really at the end of the day, that's all Instagram cares about: how much attention people are paying you. So yeah. It's to the point now where I don't even know how to run. There's an alternative site called USA Life, which was supposed to be the next big thing with no censorship and whatever. I don't even know how to run that anymore because it's a chronological timeline. So you post things and they're gone. Like, the way that old school Facebook used to be. Like you would post something and it just stayed locked and moved down with, everything else. Nobody uses a chrono feed anymore. It's all based on the algorithm and how many times it's going to repeat and share. So things don't get lost like they used to, because if it's engageable, like for example, when you get on Instagram, if you're watching reels or whatever, like start trying to pay attention to, even on Facebook, the dates that things are actually posted, and go to the comment section and look how old the comments are. Like I'm seeing things popping up in my feed now that were posted in November, just because the interaction.
I noticed. I didn't notice it being that old, but I've noticed a time gap of a couple, 3-4 days.
Yeah, it's just the algorithm kicking it back out. Oh, and the other thing is,
world.
It is. But the other thing is for people just starting out, like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, like Instagram isn't going to show anything of yours to anybody. But they are going to penalize you for not putting things up there. So you just talk to a wall for a month. Like literally, don't post and take it down. Just keep talking to that wall for a month, and you'll start to see some traction. It takes time though.
I'm trying to figure out how to put it to the test. And
get up and defend Lars Ulrich's snare sound and say it's the best one you've ever heard.
Yeah, it is a good sound. It's funny though. Speaking of Metallica, I don't think they're. Everybody gave the band a bunch of shit for not having any bass in the mix with Jason Newsted. I don't think it ever got better.
No, and they've got like
there's never been any bass in the mix that I liked.
Well, there has been, like in the Cliff Burton days. I mean, the bass was there, but you really have to take the styles into account. Like I don't know if Cliff's bass was mixed in more, or it was the fact that he was so classically trained that he didn't just follow the guitars. Like Battery's bass line doesn't gallop like the guitars do. He kind of just runs with it. And so he stuck out. So I don't know if the bass is necessarily more mixed, or like Newsted and Trujillo, which I don't get because Trujillo has an insane bass career of his own.
Yeah.
But I think they just track the guitars the whole time and get lost, kind of like everybody else does right now. But even Slipknot, you can hear the bass in their mix, tuned down like 95 steps, but it's there.
It's just a roar.
Yeah, it's just a roar at that point, but it works.
Yeah. I thought had an incredible mix. Look up the band Bad Omen.
Bad Omen. Okay.
And then another band, No More.
Is that right? Is it Faith No More? Or?
No, Just no more, or I'm sorry, not no more, nothing more.
Nothing more. Okay.
Nothing more and Bad Omen.
Okay, I got them pulled up here. A band I've really gotten into lately is Ghost, the rebranded Ghost BC. They're
haven't.
I mean, I know
nothing grabs me. I mean,
it's the '80s vibe for me, man. Like it's the '80s vibe that they give off, especially with like Square Hammer. Love it.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean it's.
Right, I'll pull it back out and try it again, just because
look at it as
Chris said so.
It's the new Kiss. Like it's the new Kiss. It's poppy rock with shock culture and costumes.
I don't.
That's it.
I haven't heard anything that they did that was poppy though. It seemed kind of brooding, and I was like, and that bores
brooding.
me.
It is emo stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, they're trying to get into the whole like Satan worshiping dark and broody thing, and I like it. I like the music. It's very 80s.
When I hear a pop, when you say a poppy brooding, I'm gonna go to Rob Zombie.
Well, see, I always put him more industrial in like the same bucket as Rammstein.
Nah, they're two totally different.
I always put them in the same.
No, they're two totally different
Dracula
veins for me.
Dracula's got the driving.
See, that stuff's funny and campy.
It is funny, but so is Rammstein at certain times in their career.
Yeah. You have to look for it. It's too hard. But with Rob, it's like it's just glaring. It's just right there. It's so obvious.
My wife doesn't like about him. Like she's like, hey, everything he does looks like an old 50s movie. I'm like, yes,
exactly. It's funny.
That's what he goes for.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. Like,
you're telling me this because
but no, that's funny. I always kind of considered him more industrial than that.
No. Oh man, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, man.
Go to mentorgroup.com. I'm not telling the people watching this, our one viewer. Thank you, viewer. I'm going to, let's see if anybody jumped in the chat. I don't know why I didn't even look in the private chat.
I was watching banners. Nope, nothing.
I'm telling you, Chris, go to mentorgroup.com and let me put some things together and crash test you. And you're going to report back and tell me how much activity you're putting forth, and we'll measure it. How many cold calls a day is getting put out? Make it accountable.
We'll call them cold emails.
Cold emails.
There we go. Okay, we'll skip that for now. Okay. Why do I want to join? Reese?
Because Reese told me to, and he was going to haunt me in my sleep.
I had to do it. All right, cool. Got that done.
Real good. Well, man, as always, it's a good time.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We'll crank this up and show massive results, and you'll have 10 new clients this week. I guarantee you.
So I hope.
There's no guarantee. There's no
like I'm holding you to that. So contract's coming.
No, I think there's got to be a metric that you can show these other people going, hey, because of the work that I did. That's what you need is testimonials off the people that you actually, where you can go back and go, see what I did for this guy. That's my referral. That's my reference.
I took all that verbal diarrhea and made a logo out of it.
Yes. And here it is. And then because of that logo, now the guy is like, he's just so attractive.
Yes, he is. An instant attractivity boost when you have your own brand.
It is. I mean, his testosterone levels are like through the roof.
He no longer needs the pellets. I mean, he's a hard charger now.
He is. Tell that to the people the guy that wants to be a fishing guide or anything. Like, yeah.
You can be what Liver King wanted to be.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we need to talk about Liver King.
Yeah, we
oh my
do.
god.
Bring that in next week.
Yeah, definitely will bring it in next week. Cool. In the meantime, I'm going to go walk my dog as I usually do. And with that, we are out.
Sweet.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.